Hi guys, today I just thought I'd do a really quick kind of update video. So I'm gonna do a kind of refurbished, I don't know, redone skincare routine. I did one a couple months ago, and now the products are kind of similar to what I was using then, but I switched over to new stuff, and now I'm kind of switching back to some old stuff. I'm not doing that today because I haven't completely figured out exactly what I'm gonna do yet, but I recently found out I have melasma. Whoop-de-doo. If you don't know what melasma is, it's called the pregnancy mask. No, I'm not pregnant, but it's a kind of hormonal change in your body that alters the pigment of your skin on your face. You probably can't see it right now, but if you watched my last foundation review or any video where I started without makeup, you could probably see it around my mouth. I will put in a picture here. It's very frustrating to me because I finally have kind of sorted out my skin for the most part. I have scarring, but like my active breakouts are very minimal, and I'm finally like feeling good at my skin. And over the last, I'd say 6 months or so, I've noticed a yellowing around my mouth, and at first I was only seeing it in certain lighting and I thought it was just that, and then my sister started noticing it when I wasn't wearing makeup, and I would notice it in like the car mirror, and it was just getting more and more obvious to me. And a lot of you guys have been super nice to comment on it, which is awesome. I get a lot of people do it just because they're concerned and they're like, oh, like what's going on, and then other people are kind of just like dicks. But yeah, so I have melasma, which is frustrating because it's something that's very difficult to get rid of. There's only one FDA approved drug for it, and it's like $200, and most insurance doesn't cover it, so awesome. Pretty much it's a darkening of the pigment of the skin. Some people get it around here, some people get it up here. I think Jessie James Decker has gotten it here. It can look like a mustache, which is frustrating. Emily Noel had it when she was pregnant on here, and hers ended up fading. Obviously, I'm not pregnant, but when I noticed the yellowing and it started to get really bad, I called my dermatologist and asked if she knew what it was, because I couldn't find anything about yellowing around the mouth. For most people it isn't yellowing, it's darkening, it's a brown color. I guess it's just the pigment of my skin, like my normal skin tone, that makes it look yellow, which is almost easier to cover than brown and darkness. It's very deep within the skin, so it's not even like how you can use salicylic acid for acne. It requires very intense products. My dermatologist told me any kind of vitamin C or bleaching product you buy over the counter probably isn't even going to do anything. It's not going to even scratch the surface, so don't even waste your money. She told me the best options are to get an SPF every day. I usually do wear an SPF on my makeup, and that's usually when I leave the house, but I am going to be switching to a moisturizer with SPF in it, which is normally makes me break out, but I'm gonna take the risk because this is pissing me off. And I finally got to the point where I didn't have to wear makeup every day. Not that no one has to, you know, but I didn't feel like I looked in the mirror and thought, ugh, to put makeup on this morning. You know what I mean? I've got to the point where like I would go out and do a bunch of errands without putting makeup on and not feel super like glam, but you know, feel okay in what I look like. And then all of a sudden I got this yellowing around my mouth, and it kind of almost looked like I put unmatching makeup just around my mouth, and it looked so weird and just like bothered me. And when I looked up online, like I said, I couldn't find anything because it technically wasn't darkening. But so I talked to my dermatologist, who is a lovely, like she is a godsend, and she had me text her a picture so I didn't have to really come in, and she immediately knew what it was, and it's because of birth control. Wonderful. I finally got sorted on my birth control. I have a whole video about that. You know, I've had horrible cramps and really bad side effects and like 40-day periods, and I finally got it sorted out. I'm on the pill that's like the most basic pill of all. My period has gone down to 3 days. I shouldn't even have said that. Knock on wood, like knock on wood, because hope that never happens for me. But everything has been sorted, everything's been good, but I have noticed that when I first went on the pill, things were still getting sorted out and like leveled off. I've now been on it, I want to say for like 16 months, but in the last 6 months this has been showing up. And as I said, melasma is a pigment in the skin that gets altered from hormones. So it can be when you get pregnant, it can be when you start new birth control, it can be literally not being on birth control, just changing your hormones. And I think mine's a little bit of both. I can't get off my birth control, but I am going to talk to my gynecologist to see if she has any suggestions. It can be kind of, I think it's an addition of both for me, because I have been on my birth control for quite a long time now, but within that time I've been on it, my period has changed and things like that. So I think my own personal hormones are changing as well as like the pill interacting with that. But when I looked up the side effects of my pill, which I've looked up many times, this hyperpigmentation kind of melasma thing, guess how many people get that side effect from my birth control pill? Just take a wild guess. 2%. And I just happen to be that. I can't just have normal skin for once in my life. Not trying to complain. Obviously people have worse issues, and I've had worse issues. I'd obviously rather have this than acne, but it is frustrating, and I'm actually working with a pharmacy right now to try to see if I can afford the prescription for it. But even reading the stuff about the prescription, it says that most people did see a reduction, but that if you stop using it, it'll come back. Which is annoying. This is the best way to prevent it from getting worse and things, because it is harder to get rid of once it gets worse. Best ways to prevent it and prevent it from getting worse and things like that is protecting your skin from the sun. I'm actually looking into sun hats, super for the summer. Obviously I wear SPF all the time. This past summer I didn't even get any color. I wore SPF like crazy, but I'm gonna get a sun hat, like one of those little floppy hats, to keep my face out of the sun like an old woman. That's probably good for wrinkles and things like that too, and skin cancer obviously, like to prevent, you know, things like that. But I'm going to be a lot more intense. Like I've already gotten more intense with my sun care in the past, but like I'm getting even more intense about it now. And like I said, I don't want to change my birth control because it helps me so much. But I am going to talk to my gynecologist about it soon to see if she has any suggestions, like I said. But hopefully it'll kind of like level off on its own. I'm really hoping it will, but I'm glad I talked to my dermatologist. I didn't even have to come in for an appointment because she's the most lovely person in the universe. But I think it's really important when you have something like that going on and you can't find about it online for like 100% sure you know what it is, because even in the past, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, I had these marks all over my neck at one point. They kind of went all the way down my torso, which was super attractive. So 2 summers ago, and I went to the dermatologist for that because I didn't know what it was. I could not find anything about it online, and she immediately knew what it was and just gave me peace of mind. Like that's even with this, like I am kind of bummed that it's melasma. I was hoping it was something different that had an easier solution, but it is nice to know that it's that and not skin cancer or something really like serious. So good news and bad news, but now we know what it is. So if you guys just want to stop telling me you have yellow on your mouth, that would be super. I know most of you aren't doing that, but some people are. If you have any home remedies for melasma, like if you've dealt with it and like something works for you, I'd love to hear about it. I know different ways to cover it up and things like that, but yeah, just want to give you guys a little update, and then pretty soon I am going to do a skincare update, kind of chat with you about what I was using, why I stopped using it, and what I'm using now, or what I will be using in like a week or so when things come in that I ordered. Yeah, that's kind of it for this skin update video. I hope that you enjoyed it, that, I don't know, I feel like I just like sharing these things with you guys. Maybe you guys are going through something similar or you have in the past. That's pretty much it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to see more from me, and I will see you next time. Bye.